Welcome to Sanjay Global Voices. Sanjay Global Voices is a platform for the individuals to share unique experiences, promote empathy, and global awareness. We are dedicated connecting the different culture and diverse narratives around the globe. Together, let's build the bridges of understanding one voice at a time. I am your host Sanjay Kumar and I am thrilled to commence this journey with you. Let's begin the journey. Today, once again, we have another aspiring personality from another part of the globe. She is none than Female Neo from Cambodia. Let's welcome her. Hello, ma'am. How are you? How are you doing?
Hello, that in my language Cambodia that say hello, everyone. How are you? So my name is Pimian Nuon. I am the founder of People Improvement Organization in Cambodia. So PIO is established to help the poor children, give them free education, the kids who are never been to school, like street kid, orphan. So I start saying 2002 until now is 23 year already. So
You are doing already a noble work. That's really inspiring. And thank you so much for doing such a noble work for the children. That's really great work. Thank you so much. First of all, I am very much grateful uh, for you for joining us on very short notice and sharing your inspiring journey. Let's start the journey.
okay, thank you for having me today with your global voice.
Can you walk us through your journey and how you got where you are today?
Yeah, I first of all I want to say a bit of my life, how I grow up and why I want to do this because um, people want to know why I had to sacrifice everything that to help to the poor kid. So that it's a lot of meaningful in my life because I was also grow up very tough during the when I born 1971. The Khmer Rouge took over the country. I think in the world know about the Khmer Rouge society. So Cambodia turned upside down. Everything destroyed, everything gone. In those 4 years, we live in the dark. I mean nothing. So you word nothing, people think maybe it's normal, but this, even no food, no electricity, no money, no new, no TV, school, nothing. So we only know how to work. So every day we live in hell. So we have to hide also. We scare every night. The Khmer Rouge soldier had to come and knock to bring people to kill. Even they find out small thing. Example, you are educated, so they can kill the whole family. So how scary is living like that? I live in fear, scary and worry. I was young, so when the Khmer Rouge took over country, I just 4 year old, and I dream every day. I cry every day. I want to go to school. I want at least have playground, have the thing to play, or have a friend. So mostly the family they separate the children and the parent to go to work different side. Even children work for 8 hours, and you have a little food to eat. So every day we just work and starving and scary. So that's how I grow up and I learn from my mom. She don't have anything to teach me, just to write, on the leaf or on the dirt, like to show me sometime what the alphabet or what. So and she tell me all the story and she just reading from her mind and what this memory that how I learn from the 4 year, from 4 year old girl and 4 year 8 years old. I never been to school, and struggling. So that's how our life. And after the Khmer rules finished, and we start moving back to homeland. So during Khmer rule, they all leave the city. Nobody allowed to stay in city. The Khmer rule just tell us, okay, they have to evacuate, and people have to leave the city, go to live in rural area. Only 1 week you can come back home. So everyone was thinking, okay, maybe they had to do something because war and fighting, so we cannot stay home. We had to move to rural area. So we believe that only 1 week we return home. So everyone only pack a few things, a few clothes, no nothing. So left everything behind. So at the end of 4 years, we never back home, and they destroy everything, the whole country. However, that life. And when we return back, and country just start from zero, from 1979 until 1990, we don't have any aid, any support from the world. So still zero, still nothing. We start building our home and work hard to get everything normal. But at least we're not scary, like they kill people every day or work for 8 to 12 hours without food. So, however, my mom, my father, we start our life, but suddenly my mom got sick. And also my father was separate because he had to go to work another place. And he was the one that, when the Vietnamese rescue Cambodia, rescue people from Khmer Rouge, so Vietnam was the leader, like the control. So my father, he knew how to translate, how to speak Vietnamese, so he can be work as a translate, and he go around with all the leaders. So my father just left, and I just live with my mom. And then my mother got sick. We don't no hospital, no doctor, no go. So we just use like Khmer medicine with the herb or something like the traditional. So, and I was over 15, so my mom passed away. It did the tough life. So how this life going on, and live without parent, nobody help, nobody support. So that grow up with all this my life. I tried to finish my school. I did not finish school, so I had to continue. My mom passed away. I was almost 16, and I had to work hard to fight for my education, because I remember one thing that my mom always told me every day, single day, you have to go to school, even you poor or you have no money, but education is the more important life, and the key is unlock your future. So I had to work hard. Even I work at night, I copy a storybook because my writing was so good, unique, and all the teacher, they allow me, and some of people, they hire me to copy a storybook to earn some money. And I also have to raise my niece, 2 year old, because my sister, she escaped, fled to a refugee camp in Thailand with her husband, because that time in 84, 85, it's still not stable in country. So people try to escape to another country to go to abroad. So I had to stay, take care of my mom, and my mom passed away. I had to take care of my niece, 2 year old. So the girl just left me with 2 year old niece, and me, 15-year-old girl, walk alone, and how life is tough. But anyway, after all this struggling, my life was success in 2000. So I got a job with the UN. I earn everything. I have a house. I have a home. I have all money. I can buy what I like. I don't need to worry anything. But the day will change my life. In 2002, I see the kid at the riverside in Cambodia in front of the Royal Palace. So while I was eating the barbecue chicken, so those group of kids come to asking me my chicken and ask for money. So I don't want, my hand was dirty because I touched the chicken. So I don't want to touch my wallet. So I told them, go away. If you wait, you can come back when I finish. I just make them happy. I don't want make them so sad. So, and the group of the beggar, the kid just left. So I don't know, they keep watching me or what. And when I finish eating, I still have chicken left over and the bone. So I just throw in the trash nearby. And they just run right away to grab the chicken bone and the chicken leftover to eat and fight each other, just the chicken bone. I will cry. How can I explain? We are human, and look, this the garbage. They just get things from the trash you throw away and they eat. So that changed my life. So after I saw this, I cry. I asked this kid to sit down with me on the grass. I asked them one by one, why you are here, why you not go home, where are your parents? I asked them what all the questions, and they tell me they all the story like my parents too poor, work on the garbage dump, have no food, and every day we live sometimes with hungry. So and we have 12 siblings, 10 siblings. So each children tell me different story, and they will sleep on the street. I was, like shocked. I this in the 2002, you can see the world already, um, uh, the technology, but we still live in struggling. But I think you heard about Cambodia. We have a long war since 1945, 50, 60, 70, and 75 until 79. The Khmer Rouge took over the country and kill and block everything, destroy everything. So how long that we go through this, from how many generations? And now, yeah, the world is changed and Cambodia get developed and got a new leader. So everything, I think it better now, get better. But I just want to tell the world, tell to your global boy about how I grow up and why I stood up and give back to help these poor children, because I grow up like tough life is with genocide and without parents, but I survived, and finally my life was success, and I give back to help the poor to get out of their poverty. So this is my journey for my life.
Thank you so much. The way smile, you have a smile on your face while sharing your painful journey. That really takes so much courage. Thank you so much for sharing this. And I know, and I can feel it that how much pain you go through in past and reach what you are today, and how much you have struggled. Thank you for sharing your inspiring journey with us. Thank you so much.
Thank
Now
you.
moving to further, and I will dive into our today insightful conversation to learn more about your inspiring journey. Moving less, if you could go back and tell your younger self, what would it be? I have shared question on screen also. If you could go
So
back and tell
yeah,
your younger,
um, if I could go back to what I was young, what it would be like. I really remember when my mom said, and she yeah, even the short time she live with me, but I remember everything that changed my life. She teach me the value who I am, to be brave, to be strong, to never give up. So that's the one thing I want to tell people. So you have to trust or believe in yourself. Like whatever teach you, I know all the memory that I have learned so much for my journey, and especially my mom. She made me who I am today. The value that she taught me every day, single day, she keep telling me even night or daytime. So you have to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and do what you love and do what you happy. So not force yourself to do what you don't like. So that will be that the thing you want in your life.
Really, really brilliantly you answer and brilliantly you explain. When you go to the younger self, what would it be? Thank you so much. Moving and diving further, what drive you, what motivate you to keep going on when things get tough?
First thing I want to say, what is good I have in my life, so that even you live in the worst thing or happen so many things, but you have to think what the good thing that you have in your life. And I count on my blessing every day, and that is the what is the hard thing to do when you fall down and struggling. But you have to think about there is always so many things that someone who are worse than you than me, so out there, so many people are worse than me. So you have to know that. Otherwise, if you keep singing, oh, you the only one that's struggling or bad or will live in this bad situation, will be no, never happen like a good to you. So you have to think someone have out there it's more work than you. Like all those kids are poor that I've been helped because they lost their hope. They never even smile on their face. So and they have no food to eat. They had to work in day at 9 10 just to get for food to go every day just to earn something for food. So they still survive. So even you fell down so many times in a life, but you have to be strong, get up and walk again, continue, don't walk back. So keep going. So that's what I think they drive me to and motivate me to do every day, because I know in this world nothing easy. But if you work hard and you try hard and you never lost your hope, keep going and you will be success in one day.
Thank you for
And
sharing this. Thank you so much. As you know that Sanjay Global Platform is all about connecting the different culture, connecting the different narratives. So I would love to know about your culture, your background, and how do you see your cultural background influence your work or daily life?
my culture background is Buddha. I think you you Buddhism also. My yeah, I believe in my Buddhism and my traditional, my culture. I think Indian or we are the same. I believe it. Uh, so
Okay, your culture background same as Indian. How does your culture influence your work or daily life? Does it if they share any effect on your culture, on your work, on your daily life? Yeah, does it allow you? to work freely? Does it restrict you work freely? Can you please share about your culture influence on your work?
Yeah, that also one thing that also with the Cambodian culture, that how that we used to be. Now it changed, but I tell about when I was young also, and uh, people are believe in man in Cambodia, like that how the leader, the Cambodia people, they even right now for poor, I don't want to talk about rich, they send their kid to higher education, but for poor people, they still believe in man. The girl no need to go to school. That I want to change. And they want the girl get married, just stay home, take care of the kid, and take care of family, take care of husband, cook, clean, that all day long. That how, but for me, I feeling this not fair. If example, if we work together, if a family or couple, that we should behave each other, and we can change the culture. Send the girl to school. You know, I believe that the girl, not I mean I'm not believe the man. The man, yeah, the people think they're the leader, but the if the girl have educate, you know who stay more time with the kid, the woman, the mother. The husband or the father just work and go out, and sometimes even a day they never even talk to the kid, because when they come back home the kid already sleep. So that one thing I want to change my culture. Yeah, the girl can be a leader, even leader in the house or community or whatever, they can go further. So empower women to be a leader. That my dream. All I want to change that also. It not mean like we fight for the man, but to be fair, equal, right? So people can have the same quality. The man, the girl can work the same. Yeah, the men are stronger. Women cannot live like the man power, but I mean like this. What my belief and whatever I want to do in the future. But I'm happy right now because I can see the change is a lot because of the technology, and I can see more girl in school now. Before, I can see when I just first start school 22, 23 years ago, some girl, I could not believe it. Even I'm Cambodian, but yeah, I have I also Canadian Cambodia, because I married with a Canadian. My husband is Canadian, so I mean like um, your girl can have a kid 15, 16-year old. Can you imagine? She did not even know how to cook or do things. And by the time they 17, 18, they have 2, 3 kids, and they cannot read and write, and how they can explain and teach their kid. And also their kid become worse, and they poor too, and they just go around and on the street back. But if they are educated, they teach their kid how to do good thing, and they can learn. I think that can change the world, can change their community, and the country. Everything can change. I believe that. Yeah. So this the culture that I want to stop and to have, that give, give more power, give more time to the girl. Yeah, especially I want to say to the family. I know even some country like Pakistan, or they the girl the same like Cambodia. So I mean like, yeah, if we can do together change, the girl are smart, they can do a lot more. They can be the best mother and in the community, and can help more in the country. So that's my point for changing the girl to be a leader, or to can speak to the world. Like for me, just one girl from nowhere, and I can change so many lives. A lot of this year, more than 10,000 kids, I get them out from the slum, from the dump site, to get education. Nowadays, a lot of these kids grade 8, and they get a good job, and they never be on the street anymore. When they have kids, They will teach their kid and they will send their kid to school. So not send their kid to be begging or work on the garbage dump. So that one point that can learn. So I'm just alone. I can change so many life, but I'm very happy.
That's a really great point you highlighted. That why only men be a leader? Why not a girl can be a leader?
Yeah,
That, you raise your voice and the way you say that it clearly, loud and clearly, that girl can be leader. You are a leader. You are helping 10,000 people. That's a leader quality. Why people need to verify that you are leader, you are not leader? When you feel yourself from your inside that you are leader, you are doing a great noble work, you are changing life more than 10,000 people. That's mostly men can. So out of one lake one people can do this and you are doing this. So you are already doing a great work, noble work, and changing the of the people. So once again, big clap for your this noble
thank
work, and thank you for sharing and raising this point. This is the beauty of different culture. Even I am from Pakistan. There are lots of restrictions for girls, lot of restriction for certain communities. Certain communities can't do this, can't do this.
yeah,
So
yeah.
these are the things we have to overcome this and show the world what we are today. So thank you so much for sharing and joining. And this is the beauty of connecting the different culture and learning more about them. This is all about Sanjay Global Voice.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank you.
So let's moving. We have talked about your culture. We have talked about your journey. But I would also love to learn about your achievements. So what is the proudest achievement and why it is meaningful to you? Please share your achievements.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for the good question. So the achievement that proud for me that I very, when I start the school to help the kid, I never think about, okay, I will be a famous, I will be the world recognized, I will be like people think I'm celebrity or whatever that I do just from my heart. I want to help out. I want to get this kid out from poverty through education. So that the proudest that I happy the most. Yeah, I doing quietly and I'm not a good speaking, but I do the work. I like doing the work to get the result. So I got the recognize from CNN Hero. I won the award. So that the best thing in life. That proud what I can do. Even I'm not pronounce or promote anything. I just do quiet and help people, and that's what I do. So I'm so proud the world that find my work and they give me the award like CNN Hero when I got in 2008. Everyone in the world wrote to me, "You are my true hero. You are my hero." My God, so many people flew to Cambodia to see my school, to see the children, to see my project. And in 2015, I got the kid around the world vote for me that called World Children Prize. That normally this award called Nobel Children. So the present by the Queen of Sweden. So that what proud of my achievement, my work. So this amazing. Like I can tell because the kid had to read the story. They cannot just vote. Like example, CNN also they nominate 1,000 people. I remember that was 5,000 candidate and they select to them to be 36 and then 10. So every year they select top 10 heroes. So example, I won the champion for children. So that my award on, yeah, I sent to you, you can see. And another award like you won the community champion or medical champion like that, so different category. So that what I proud of, the World Children Prize. They send the book over the world, Global Magazine. So any school who are involved with this World Children Prize, the kid read the story, and the jury, the kid had to decide, and every kid vote each school and counting by ballot counting. They put in the box and they count. I got how many million kids in the world vote. That it you know it's speechless. Like I cannot how explain that happy I am that because this really amazing in your life, right? When you do something you don't want to be recognized, you don't want to, nobody know, but I got this the world recognized, so that meaningful to me. And after I won the World Children Prize, I got this what they call we have a dream that called a book tour in Sweden. So they asked me to join this with the all Nobel Peace Prize. I think total about 27 people Nobel Peace Prize in that book. So also my story in that we have a dream, and they put my story in the Stockholm Museum. So that what like this. I dream like when I was young. I remember I read the book, and I always read about why people they call a hero. And when I think about it feel like goosebumps. My God, why? How they do it? Why they become a hero? Why? Oh my God! So I just keep thinking about it, and why they put their picture and their story in the museum. I keep asking myself because I copy a lot storybook when I was young. So that when I got this myself, and I was thinking, what is whatever I say and what is dream come true, and my picture now in the museum and in Sweden. So I really like what I could not believe it, but yeah, I accept whatever the world recognize, and I'm very happy that meaningful to my life. Before I die, I have this can be role model for the young generation. So one woman can change so many lives.
What I have got from your this journey, from your achievements, your big achievement that you are changing thousand people life. That's the biggest achievement one can have ever in life. And I really feel myself blessed sharing a screen with you and learning from your journey. No doubt your journey is truly inspiring for many youngsters. Thank you so much for being such a role model for many youngsters. Thank you for changing the girl's life, children's life, 10,000 people life.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Not taking too much time. One last question, because I have already promised you that we can end up within 40 minutes. So this is last one for you. As you are the role model and you are changing thousand people life, what advice would you give to someone starting out in your field or looking to follow your footsteps?
So my advice that I
Yes,
always
yeah.
say to when what I learned from my mom, that even you are struggling, even you have a hard time, or you have a tough life, so you just believe in yourself. That what number one. I want to give advice to people that just believe in yourself and trust yourself that you can do it. So if you not believe in yourself, you just listen to people. I know you can listen to good advice, but when you just listen to, oh, okay, don't do this, don't do that, even your family or even your parents, so you never succeed in life. So you have to trust yourself and believe yourself to go through everything and do what you love, and never wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow every day what happened tomorrow. Yeah, who know, maybe tomorrow you gone, or maybe tomorrow have accident, but no need to wait and just take action. Even you fail, but that is the lesson learned. You can learn from your fail. So what thing is, I remember my mom just keep be strong and brave. So very meaningful for me, strong and brave. When you sound like so easy, okay, but some people, when they start doing things, what happened to them fail, they finish, close down, even business or close down. You cannot continue. So that how you have to continue, keep going, keep going. Even you fail 100 times, 1,000 times, a million times, but if you know yourself and believe yourself, because even your parent doesn't know inside you or whatever you're thinking. You the one can do it, and you the one can grab all the opportunity and make your success. So life is your, everything is you. So that's how I want to tell the younger or the people that my advice. So just believe yourself and follow your dream and never give up. If you give up, you will be stopped in the middle. You cannot reach your goal. So that's my word to everyone. For I know it's easy to tell people just never give up, believe yourself, love what you want, what you do, but you have to be strong and you know what commitment, you know what your goal. So do it, you will succeed. I believe it.
Wow, what a beautiful message for the viewers, for the audience, for the younger self from the lady who herself changing the thousand people life from the inspiring lady. So thank you so much for sharing your journey, inspiring many people. This is all for today viewers. Stay tuned, and I emphasize you. I request you if you want to learn anyone stories, nominee us, share their story in comment, nominate the person and join our community. We are here to bring that person in our podcast and learn their journey from inspiring journey like today we have. So thank you so much. Stay tuned with us. Bye bye everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.